what are the albums for when Gen Z all become unks and we get to put these on to the younger generation, turning around saying,
hold on, what y'all know about this? This used to be my shit back in the day.
Okay.
Well, here's a list of albums I think make the cut and should be titled Modern Day Classics. I was inspired to make this video based directly off this creator's video where he does the same exact thing. So because I was inspired by him, I'll be abiding by all the rules he set forth in his video, which are: they must be a big artist, all albums must be post 2015, and 3, does this album have staying power where you can bring up this name 10 years from now and people will still remember what you're talking about. I'm also not going to mention any of the albums he said in his video, although I do agree with quite a few of his picks, just to avoid repetition. So I'll link his video below if you want to see what albums he deemed a modern day classic. Alright, let's get into it! If you see me looking down, I have my notes here, so don't be alarmed. I'm really surprised that no post-2015 Beyonce album made the original creators list. I feel like this goes without saying, but just in case. Beyonce is probably one of the most influential artists of this generation. Is that a hot take? I don't think it should be. I believe she's quite literally the reason why new music comes out on Fridays, or it used to be Tuesday, but then when she decided to just randomly drop her self-titled album, the industry completely shifted their releasing schedule from Tuesday to Friday. She's also boosted the economy with her tour. She's also the most Grammy nominated artist of all time. I think whether or not you enjoy this woman's music, any rational person would be able to tip their hat to her and respect the work that she's done over the years. So when it comes to this album Lemonade, which was snubbed at the Grammys, by the way, I did not forget that. This album is such a cohesive body of work, which is something I think is missing from the music industry today. This album runs us through Beyonce's various emotions after finding out about her husband's infidelity, but the album is much more than that. It spans several topics from healing, political injustice, Black womanhood, resilience, racism, beauty standards, and probably so much more. This album, at the end of the day, isn't just music. It's a layered journey. And the one thing that I think especially makes this album stand out is that it is a visual album. I love that it's a visual album, and this album sonically and visually, chef's kiss. Frank Ocean is another name that I think the collective majority admires genuinely, and I think Blonde is definitely an album that deserves that modern day classic stamp. This album came fresh after he finessed his label record Def Jam with some, I don't want to say fake album, but definitely not the better album. And his finesse off Def Jam is already iconic alone.
She's got a point, she's an icon, she's a legend, and she is the moment.
But it helps that the Blonde album is actually fire. And I think especially for those who were teenagers in the 2016 era, this just hits different. It has a sense of emotional angst and honesty that could probably be compared to teenage years. Just roller coaster of emotions constantly. Yet it still remains relevant to older audiences as well. And it is probably why it has never left the Billboard 200 charts since its release 9 years ago. Just crazy. Speaking of teenage angst and emotion, I think Olivia Rodrigo really captured that essence as well. She didn't shy away from expressing any big emotions on this album, and while anger and heartbreak are common emotions we hear throughout music, I think what's appreciated is that she was just as loud about her insecurities and that it had a tie-in to social media, which is a very modern invention. And that is what I think made this energetic pop album stand out during its time period. And of course, the promotion on social media helps as well. Teenagers definitely spend a large amount of time on social media. Although I prefer her sophomore album Guts, she did do a captivating job of taking a relatable subject, teenage heartbreak, and making it larger than life. Okay, so once you get out of that teenage period with Frank and Olivia, you enter this era, your 20s. The best years of your life, they say. But even in that time, I feel like there's still so many emotions running through you. The only difference being is now you're an adult with responsibilities and people place expectations on you in different ways. But for possibly the first time, you're discovering who you really are and what to do with your free time if you're out of school, balancing a job, work life, social life, dating. It's a lot. And now add bills into the occasion. SZA and her album Control really take these feelings and then expand them within the niche of romantic companionship, which definitely has a whirlwind of stages in your 20s. But the album serves as a personal and vulnerable, almost diary entry that doesn't portray SZA as a perfect, put together, nor even a righteous woman. But I feel like that's what people really liked most about it and why it has stuck around for so long.
You're the one that I desire.
Lastly, staying within theme of debut albums within the romantic companionship category is Freudian by Daniel Caesar. An album about the joys and perils of falling in love that is cohesively painful yet beautiful at the same time. It combines gospel and R&B with the perfect selection of women collaborators. I just feel like this album will be the hidden gem modern classic that some kid in 2066 is putting their friends onto and they're all blown away. All in all, I think the through line with all these albums is that they possess raw vulnerability and honesty, whether for the better or for worse. And in a time where we're talking about AI and the over-digitalization of the world, I think albums like these that truly not only possess but prioritize strong human emotion, the feeling of human connection, will continue to thrive and flourish over time. But that's it from me. Let me know what you guys think are other modern day classic albums. I would love to hear your guys' opinions. If you want to hear me talk about more music, every Saturday on TikTok and Instagram, I talk about music that I think you should add to your shuffle rotation. It's called the Saturday Shuffle. And if you liked this video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll catch you guys in the next one. Bye!